You're welcome back. Now, the traders who are affected by the fires that ravaged the Asafo Market in Kumasi are incensed, obviously. They've lost a lot, and they are accusing one of their own, a shoemaker, as being the cause of the fire. They say that this man uses naked wires to finish his manufactured shoes, and they've warned him about this on many occasions, but on this occasion it caught fire, according to the market traders, and he called for help, but by then it was too late. The scenes of carnage are rather depressing, as entire shops have been razed to the ground, including the Asafo post office, all of it gone in the Asafo Market fires. But we can go to Kumasi now, where Erastus Asaridonko has been assessing the damage so far. Erastus, this is by all standards massive devastation. I can see behind you the entire structures there have been gutted by this fire. Have we learnt anything new this morning about the causes of it?
Well, Kojo, it's day 2 after the fire engulfed this market here at Asafo. But we are not learning anything new, except for the fact that the traders are demanding that the authorities allow them to start reconstructing their stalls. So you can see the number of stalls that were devastated by the fire. But they say business must go on. They must make a living. Many of them have contracted loans, and so they need to repay them. And so they want to start rebuilding their own stores and be able to continue with their lives. And that is what the assembly is saying, that no, they are not allowing anybody to start constructing any structures of any sort. They are waiting for authorities to sit and discuss on reconstructing it and building a new market from here. And so that's the bone of contention now. But already we have some scavengers also benefiting from this whole mess. You see the metal scrap dealers also removing the metal scraps used to roof this particular market and selling them as scraps. And so currently traders are here waiting for any information as to whether they can start rebuilding their stores and be able to continue with their lives. But Kojo, let me speak with some of the traders here.
Some of the traders to move there. Can you tell me what's the latest with that, and where the Asafo Market traders supposed to move to the new facility?
Also store she be na.
Me pa chome store na we ho no container no.
Na o ton me.
Unfortunately na me ni. Ti me ba ya na me ma me mo friend me say jato me store ni. Me ba
Erastus, it's difficult for us to hear you. It appears your microphone might not be working. Let's see if we can fix that and come back to you. We will go back to Erastus as soon as we've resolved that particular problem. But this obviously is a very serious situation. Market fires every now and then ravage our structures in our places of trading. And we are yet to figure out how to prevent this. I've been joined now in the studio by David Tete Noy, who is a member of GISEP, Ghana Institute of Safety and Environmental Professions. Now, I'm told that we can actually speak to Erastus now. The microphone, I believe, has been fixed. Let's very quickly complete that conversation before we come back into the studio. Erastus, if you can hear me, I wanted to know whether these market traders were meant to move into the new market that has been built in Kejetia at all, or whether that was not meant for them.
Well, Kojo, the line is very bad, but let me say that currently concern of the traders is to start rebuilding their shops. Well, this area is the second time we are seeing the fire got this particular market. So behind the devastation, we had more shops, metal containers destroyed by the earlier fire which gutted this particular place. But now the traders want to start rebuilding their shops. They say they need soft loans as well. They want government to come to their aid. So more person we see more the answer to say.
Yeah, name tam na ebeye. Say ye jaya kaje ti ade ba ye ya obi. Mo sanka ye. Esi e ta ba ban but say ye ni buafo. E kuru ye bi ye dwomu a. Esi ye jaya ma ban na sine so animu animu ye ya no mba me aya ma ye ya nke be pene. Na me ya enya nnuye de nke stress nko me mo e fa ni say for structure bi na ye ntratra wanya ne kakraka na rade ya adom na say omi o maji so mbeboa ye ne a eja ya panimu ho no mo acha ama ye na ya bochini ye bia sisisi ho.
So that is the concern of many of the traders. They feel they cannot wait for the assembly to construct a modern market in place of this devastation. They just want to start small. They want to build temporary structures, start trading all over again, because they are being asked to move from the pavements and the streets. But that's the only option now if they need to start life all over again and start trading. And that is what she is saying at the moment. So if you look at these structures, all these they need heavy equipment to lift these things off, and even if they can come up with any sort of rebuild to be aided by the city authorities. Kojo. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Right, we apologize there. We're having some difficulty with the audio in that phone call. We apologize profusely. We will bring you all of that information in due course. But in the studio right now, I'm joined by David Tete Noy. He's a member of GISEP, which is Ghana's Institute of Safety and Environmental Professionals. It's very nice to see you. Thank you for joining us.
My pleasure.
I wish the circumstances were better, but clearly lots of people have lost a lot of things.
Indeed.
But this is not the first time a market has caught fire. What is it? Are we just not learning?
Obviously, Kojo, good morning. We've had this many years. It keeps coming. And it just tells us that we are not learning, because the people with the knowledge, the people with the experience and the training have spoken. They have shared their views, they've shared their thoughts. But leadership is just not taking the action that they need to take.
Now, we've seen how these markets are constructed. We've seen the materials they're constructed from. We've seen how their electricals are set up.
Yeah.
And their wiring is done. We've seen it. It is illegal for any structure that will have human occupancy to be set up in these ways, to have wires run through them in this manner. Is it that we don't know this? Because these people they are in plain sight. I mean, they're not hiding to trade in this. This market is not hidden.
Yeah.
It's not a black market. So yeah, what is it? Is it that our authorities don't actually know that the way we set these things up are death traps, or they don't go there, so they don't know what happens there?
Authorities know. The mandated and statutory body of Ghana National Fire Service have very knowledgeable professionals there who know their work. They know about these things. It's obvious that some people are just not ready to take the decisions and the tough actions that we need to take. Because if we see things like this, if you're working in any office setting and you see things like this, you raise a non-conformance, operations must cease till we correct it. So people must take a decision to shut down the markets, correct these things, or rebuild where we need to rebuild, and have the people in. Once we are not doing this, we should be expecting these things happening every now and then. The other thing is that people need education. The guys who are working in there, we just heard that some of the people knew or had a fair idea of who caused this. They saw him using bare wires. So even the people who work in the market are aware, because we keep on saying these things on air about the things that cause fire. Basic things. You need heat, you need fuel, you need oxygen to create fire. That's what we call the fire triangle. And all these things are available there. Bare wires, wood, materials, they can cause fire and create fire at any time.
Right. So it also does seem to be fair to authorities, like a huge task. The Ghana Fire Service, to on their own, be able to go around and regulate what's happening in these markets and go from stall to stall. It's likely they'll have to do this as regularly as possible to make sure that everybody complies, conforms. You know, these people, a lot of them, you know, when they're starting off especially, don't have a lot of money to, you know, build some sort of modern state-of-the-art structure from which to sell. They see these things as makeshift stands and stalls. They don't really put much into it. Can we really expect the Ghana Fire Service in their current state to be able to regulate all the markets in Ghana and ensure that all of them are compliant to avoid such a thing happening again?
It will be difficult. I think it's a difficult task we'll be asking of them. We've got the factories, shops, and offices, inspectorate as well, who help in these things. We have town planning, but all these must be done in a concerted effort. We can't leave it to fire service alone to say go in. The other thing is that these shops have been built already. We've allowed people, we heard that people said they should be allowed to go in and reconstruct their stores. We can't continue going this way. Look at the new markets they are putting up in KGTR, and then I saw one in Oho just this weekend. Beautiful markets put up. Even those ones, the people have not been allowed to move in to start using it. So we are not creating the environment. We can do that, start building these new ones with state-of-the-art facilities, putting the necessary measures, fire hydrants, firefighting equipment, enough access roads into the markets, so that we can be assured that there will be a more safe environment to trade. Even if there's a fire, there will be a quick action to be able to prevent these kind of damages that we are having. Yeah.
Right. What would you say the GISEP recommendation would be to avoid the next one? Okay.
So for us as Ghana Institute of Safety and Environmental Professionals, we continue to ask for partnership. Our recommendation one is that education must not cease. We need to keep on educating the people, because the people who are in the markets themselves should know, to be able to know what brings about fire, how to be able to fight this fire is basic. The second thing is that we should be taking action to move away from the kind of markets we have now. They will not help us. We'll keep on coming here and having these discussions. We should take the bold step, if we need to get the funds, and start facing off the current markets that we have. What we have now, where people have even blocked access to fire hydrants and that, we need to take the position and start clearing them, at least to have access to the emergency services, to have access to the fire hydrants, so that when we have these things, until we move everybody into these new stalls, they can quickly have access to the hydrants and fight them. But the education must not stop. We must go in and get people these bare wires and makeshift wires, and people putting unnecessary unauthorized structures in addition to what is in the market already. They must stop.
Right. Thanks for that. Let's very quickly touch base with Erastus Asare-Donkor. I believe we have him now. Erastus, if you can hear me, I've been trying to determine a couple of things. First of all, the people at this market, are they supposed to be tenants of the newly built market? Were they supposed to be moved there when that market opens?
Well, that is not a permanent decision, or let me say an outright decision for the traders. Many of these traders are renting the shops from their real owners, and so when this market is rebuilt, it's not automatic that these same people will get opportunity to be in these stores. That's one concern that the traders themselves have been raising, and so they are saying that even with the central market area, when they move them out and they build the markets, it comes at exorbitant prices, some ranging from 25,000 upwards. And so the traders are saying that if new markets are built, the tendency that they will not get the opportunity to be in the markets is high, and so that is what they are protesting. But if they design to build their own structures, then it is automatic that they are able to get these shops to trade in. So that's the concern at the moment.
Right. Now, how many traders are affected by this fire? Do we have estimated figures?
Well, we are talking about over 200 shops at the moment, and many of these small stalls as well. So you can see the number of stores that have been affected. Lots of people. There are people who also trade on tables and structures. If you count all of them, then we are talking about 300 and over. But when the market is rebuilt, the probability that these people are going to lose their position or they have to pay to actually get a space within the market is high, and that's the concern they are raising. Even currently at the central market, that is the problem, because those who were moved and registered at the time are now fighting for positions. Those who are trading on tables and structures, it's difficult for them to get a space at the moment in the new central market building. And so many of them are saying that allow us to construct our own structures, go in and start trading. But the assembly wants to do a proper thing, build a modern market, rewire it properly, and ensure that the various systems are in place so that the occurrence of fire will be curtailed.
Now, what are local authorities telling you about this particular market that's just burned down? The Asafo Market. Are they going to allow for the rebuilding of these structures?
Well, currently the statement from NADMO is that they are doing an assessment of the damage and the devastation caused, and then they will determine what kind of help that these traders need, whether they need soft loans or they need any form of assistance. They will be able to decide on that based on the kind of relief items they have. The mayor of Kumasi, what I've heard him say is that the traders should allow the assembly to contact the Works and Housing Ministry to determine the way forward for reconstruction of this market. Again, the fire service is coming up with some strategies. They say that going forward, they need to equip this place with proper security, people who can man the place 24 hours. And then I've also heard the MP suggest that there should be CCTV cameras if the market is rebuilt, to ensure that any form of arson or any intention to cause fire to the market will be identified and dealt with. So those are the measures that have been put forward so far by the state agencies as we have it now.
We're going to have to stay in touch and see how this story evolves. But until our next conversation, thank you very much. Keep your eye on things over there. Stay safe. Now, it's actually perhaps ironic that today, well, this week happens to be World Health and Safety Week, as declared by the ILO. What's GSEP doing to improve awareness of health and safety here in Ghana in this particular week?
Thank you. So this whole week, the day itself is on the 28th of April, which is Sunday. So from today up to Sunday, we're having various activities, engaging the media, having school interactions. Friday will be here in Accra, we'll be at Achimota and Accra Girls, because the theme is health and safety and the future of work. So we want to catch them young. We want to start education right from the basis, and that's what we are doing, engaging the school children, teaching them what they need to know about health and safety, because it's a lifestyle. And then together, partnership with the media, we want to create that awareness and make our offices safe.
David Tetenoy is a member of GSEP, Ghana Institute of Safety and Environmental Professionals. Thank you so much for your time with us, David.
My pleasure.